Join me as I dive into the details and uncover the truth behind Putin's surprising attack on the Alaskan Air Force Base. Putin's recent actions have left the world stunned, and one of the most shocking developments in recent weeks has been his attack on an Alaskan Air Force base. As we dive into the context of international relations, it's crucial to understand the significance of this move and what it means for the global balance of power. The central issue at play here is the potentially devastating implications of these military actions on U.S. security. What we're seeing is a blatant disregard for international norms and a willingness to escalate tensions to unprecedented levels. The fact that Putin would even consider taking such drastic measures is a testament to his brazen confidence in the face of global scrutiny. Make no mistake, this is not just a minor skirmish, it's a direct challenge to American authority. The question on everyone's mind is, what motivated Putin to take such drastic action? And what does this mean for the future of US-Russia relations? Furthermore, the implications of this attack go far beyond just military might. This is about the integrity of global governance and the rule of law. If Putin can get away with attacking a sovereign nation's territory, what's to stop other rogue states from doing the same? The very fabric of international relations is at stake here, and it's imperative that we take a strong stance against such aggression. The U.S. has a moral obligation to protect its citizens and its interests, and it's time for our leaders to take a firm stand against Putin's belligerence. The world is watching, and it's not just a matter of national pride, it's about setting a precedent for how we respond to aggression in the 21st century. If we let Putin get away with this, we'll be emboldening dictators and strongmen around the world to push the boundaries even further. The consequences of inaction are too dire to contemplate, and it's time for the U.S. to assert its leadership on the global stage. Moving forward, the key to de-escalation will be a swift and decisive response from the U.S. government. This is not a time for diplomacy or words, it's a time for action. The world is waiting to see how we respond to this aggression, and it's time for our leaders to put their money where their mouth is. The stakes couldn't be higher, and it's time for the U.S. to show Putin that we won't be intimidated. The incident itself is shrouded in mystery, but what we do know is that the attack was swift and decisive. Russian forces moved quickly, catching the U.S. military off guard. The response from U.S. officials has been tepid at best, with many calling for a more robust response to this aggression. Historically, Russia has been wary of encroaching on U.S. territory, but it seems Putin has no qualms about pushing the boundaries. This is not an isolated incident. It's part of a larger pattern of Russian aggression in recent years. The fact that Putin would even consider attacking an Alaskan Air Force base is a testament to his growing confidence in the face of global scrutiny. This is not a man who is afraid of taking risks, and it's time for the U.S. to take him seriously. We've seen this before with his incursions into Ukraine and his support for Bashar al-Assad in Syria. Putin has no qualms about using military might to get what he wants. In the aftermath of the attack, there's been a lot of speculation about what motivated Putin to take such drastic action. Some have pointed to his desire to expand Russia's influence in the Arctic region, while others have speculated about a more sinister motive. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. This is a wake-up call for the United States and its allies. We can no longer afford to take Putin's aggression lightly, and it's time for a united response to this threat. The turning point of this story came when the United States Secretary of Defense issued a statement condemning the attack in no uncertain terms. This was a critical moment, as it marked a shift in the United States' response from words to action. For the first time, the U.S. government was willing to take a strong stance against Putin's aggression, and it sent a clear message to Moscow: the gloves are off. What was remarkable about this statement was its tone. It was firm, it was decisive, and it was unapologetic. This was not a time for diplomacy or nuances. It was a time for clarity and resolve. The U.S. government was finally willing to call Putin's bluff, and it's a move that's been long overdue. The question now is, how will Putin respond to this challenge? In the days and weeks that follow, we'll be watching closely to see how Putin responds to this challenge. Will he back down, or will he continue to push the boundaries? Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear. The United States has drawn a line in the sand, and it's time for Putin to take notice. In summary, Putin's attack on the Alaskan Air Force Base is a game-changer for global politics. It's a direct challenge to United States authority, and it's a test of our resolve in the face of aggression. The consequences of inaction are too dire to contemplate, and it's time for the United States to take a firm stance against Putin's belligerence. The world is watching, and it's time for us to show Putin that we won't be intimidated. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on this situation in the comments below. If you want to learn more about military strategies and geopolitical tensions, be sure to check out my previous videos on the topic.